stage. She's breaking things. Who doesn't have a seat would like to sit in one of the seats up front, they are available. We'd like for as many people as possible to find a seat. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel Gray. I am the City Attorney of the City of Frederick, and I am pleased to call to order the first City Council meeting of the 64th first city council meeting of, is that better? Of the 64th administration of the city of Frederick. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I would like to call up Jim Schmidt and Holly Adams to lead us in the pledge. Jim is our longest serving city employee, and Holly is our newest city employee.
Shall we recite the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. As with most of our meetings, we will begin with council member comments, and we can start on the left here with Council Member Hempel Irani. This is council members' opportunity to say whatever you'd like to say.
Before anything else, I want to begin with gratitude, especially to my husband, Eric. We often joke that I'm a kite on a windy day, and he is the mossy rock that the string is tied to. Otherwise, I'd fly away or get stuck in a tree. Thank you for being my mossy rock. And thank you for the awesome campaign playlists. To my daughter, Asha, a first-time voter, I hope I always make you proud. And to Hortense, who showed extraordinary bravery by coming to a new country and landing in our home during an election. Thank you. I am grateful to Donna Kazemchak for her many years of service and for giving me that nudge and mentoring to get off the ground. And to Vicky Sipe, whose data skills makes all of this possible. We ran a campaign old school with Excel spreadsheets, handwritten notes, and check marks for all the signs. Thank you. To Chrissy Miller for her beautiful photography, but more for friendship and for holding my courage when I couldn't hold it myself. And to Amy Bolstridge, whose name you've seen on every piece of campaign literature. She was my treasure, thank you. And to all my wonderful volunteers, to Sean and Ann, Deb, Bonnie, Josh, Andrew, Corvus, Ryan, Rob, Grayson, and so many others, thank you. Ordinary people that I would not have met if I hadn't filed, and I saw Freddie and Dave, Nicole, and so many more people. Thank you. I want to thank the artists at the Blue Elephant Art Center on West 5th Street for being a crazy, amazing group of people who know who I truly am. And thank you for the people at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. And thank you to all my fellow council members. I am speechless. I respect and admire each one of you, and I am grateful and proud to serve with you. Thank you.
I'll try this one. I'm kidding you. Anyway, so yes, it seems like my whole life up until this moment is devoted to 2-minute segments. I can. How about that? So I have never been good at this. I'll profess to be better at it over time. Okay, how about that? Anyway, so this whole campaign has been devoted to 2-minute segments, so we'll see what I can do in 2 minutes. But it's really kind of amazing when you think about all that has transpired in the 2 minutes since I've been involved in this. How many wonderful people I have met. How many opportunities I've had to express myself and express the wishes of everybody else. And I think that's what's important for me. When I came into this campaign, the most important thing for me was to establish that I very much want to create a very strong reciprocal relationship with the residents of the city of Frederick. And so it is that level of communication that is so extremely important to me, whether we're starting at the at the NACS, whether we're going to the small area groups, or whether we're going beyond that. What's most important is that I have a constant stream of information that's moving from me to council to them. So I thank everyone. I thank everyone for giving me the opportunity to do this. And I'm doing it, and I'm excited to do it, and I'm thrilled to have everyone else around me. I tell you, being to the right or the left, depending on the day, of Peter has been extremely important to me because he's guided me through so much of this process. He's given so much to it, and I can guarantee you that he will give everything to it, as will the others. So welcome, and I look forward to the days that we will have time spending together.
Okay, great. Thank you all for joining us at our first board meeting. I'd like to lift up 4 items in these opening remarks. First, I thank my neighbors in District 3 who organized meet and greet events, donated to my campaign, hosted a yard sign, and voted for me. Stretching from Route 15 on the west to the airport and Riverside Industrial Park on the east, from the city's southern boundary to West 7th Street, West 5th Street, and East Church Street on the north, District 3 is one of the city's largest and most diverse districts, and I'm grateful for the trust that you have put in me to move District 3 and the entire city, for which I am also responsible, forward. Second, to those neighbors who did not vote for me, I want you to know that I am also your District 3 council member, and I welcome learning about your questions, comments, and concerns. I was elected to represent all of District 3 and the broader city of Frederick, and my goal is to work with all of my neighbors. Third, running for office requires a team, and I thank specifically Delegate Chris Fair and his husband Dominic Fair, former city Frederick Mayor and State Senator Ron Young, State Senator Karen Lewis Young, Nakem Wellington, Cheryl Depsowski, and Chris Martin for sharing their time, talents, and advice in helping to get me elected. I want to especially thank my husband, Jack, who has supported my campaign and election in an unwavering manner. Thank you. And with patience and grace. And no tears. So, finally, and on a more personal note, I want to address Frederick's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer youth ages 5 to 25, and especially in light of the horrifying comments made by Janie Brennan last night at the school board meeting. I understand that many of you may be experiencing or have experienced verbal and physical abuse at school and in public, or even at school board meetings. You might have experienced mistreatment by the medical and mental health community and shunning by family who are embarrassed or ashamed. I recognize that you may not be hearing that you can succeed or be elected to anything, much less Frederick City Council. Today, I want you to know that I am proof that you can be yourself and succeed. You will find your family of choice. You will find work or a career that is fulfilling, and you will find people who love and will love you back for who you are. And in today's context, you can be an elected leader. As I stand before you as your newly inaugurated District 3 council member, I want you to know that I will be a visible and vocal advocate for the entire city of Frederick, and especially my LGBTQ+ community. I have your back, as does the city of Frederick, which is a community that, regardless of our sexual orientation or gender identity, will support us when we show up and get involved and do the work and strive to make Frederick the community we love. Thank you.
Councilmember Diaz.
I want to thank my supporters, without whom I would not be here. First, the people from the RISE Coalition of Maryland. They taught me the value of making sure you center your support in your community. It was members of RISE who first reached out to me about running for the seat. Gracias. As a member of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Frederick, I drew a lot of support from members of the congregation, some of whom are here today. Thank you. Frederick Progressives for helping me develop some of my positions on issues, as well as an early endorsement. The Frederick chapter of the DSA, the organization that stands by the same values I share, my hardest working supporters, my constant cheering section, the future of Frederick, and my family. Nicole and Andrew, you carried this campaign on your backs. Every door, every graphic, every event. None of those happened without you. Ricky and Hunter, always there to listen to me, complain, or share a victorious moment, even if it was just on the phone. And always there to cheer me up with your sense of humor, even if sometimes it was alternative uses for Carroll Creek. And of course, my parents, Miriam and the original Don Cesar. Everything I am as an adult, a parent, a citizen, and a candidate is because of them. They taught me to stand up for what I believe, to fight for the underdog, to work hard and try your best, and try more and work harder. Their legacy lives on in everything I do. Thank you.
Councilmember Nash?
So I'd like to first thank my husband, Josh, and our 3 children, Spencer, Cade, and Liberty, and the residents of the city of Frederick for sending me to represent us. But I'd also like to take a moment to express my gratitude to Alderwoman, Councilmember Kazemchek. When I was first elected in 2021, I didn't have much of an opinion about what to be called, until it became a thing, and I realized how important it was to be called Alderwoman. How much fight was in the label. Councilmember Kazemchek's years of service, her willingness to be a helpful voice, even when we respectfully agreed, and we had many respectful disagreements, needed to have a special honor in my comments for this first meeting today. Thank you, Donna, wherever you are, for everything that you did, and thank you. I look forward to seeing you at future meetings right there. We know we will. So we think of inauguration as the beginning of our term, and the mayor spoke of renewal in his remarks. And building on that theme, I'd like to use my comments to lift up and refocus us on the work that we have stepped forward to undertake for the next 4 years. In the city of Frederick, 45% of our households are ALICE households. ALICE, which is an acronym for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, and Employed, represents the growing number of individuals and families who are working but are unable to afford the basic necessities of housing, childcare, food, transportation, technology, and healthcare. And I did say childcare, Councilmember. To give us some idea of scale, our neighboring jurisdictions of Middletown and Urbana are 18% and 17% ALICE households. So said another way, in the city of Frederick, half of our families are working hard but are one life event from financial disaster. And especially as we are in the holiday season, we are more aware than ever of those struggles. The United Way of Frederick County's report provides us everything that we need to know about who is more likely to be an ALICE household and what challenges those families are facing. So to my fellow council members, a group of extraordinarily talented and bright individuals, we have our to-do list, and starting today, if we focus and we prioritize, there is no limit on what we can do together to alleviate unnecessary suffering and create meaningful impact. Thank you.
Councilmember Taylor?
That sounds really good, Councilwoman Taylor. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today. I don't take this awesome responsibility lightly. Frederick voted for change, for accountability, for people-centered development, for action focused on affordability and strong neighborhoods, and support for every household, no matter what that looks like and no matter stage of life. So here we are, day 1, and I couldn't be more excited to be sitting here with the council members next to me. Thank you for everyone who voted in this election. Whether you voted for me or someone else, your participation strengthens our democracy. I'm honored to serve on City Council, and I will work every day for all residents in every neighborhood across the city. Thank you to those who helped me get here, whether it was putting a sign in your yard, hosting an event, designing my logo, telling your friends and coworkers and fellow morning dog walkers about me. For coming to forums and being open to hear me speak, for making buttons for my campaign, for texting me 100 times a day with ideas and advice, for sitting down with me so I could learn more about issues and how things work, for going to farmers markets and bakery lines to spread the word, for managing my website and watching my daughter so I could make an event, for printing flyers, donating and sharing your concerns and experience, and answering the door when I was canvassing. Putting all these things together is what brought me here. Special thanks to Liz, Steve, Gail, Sophie, Ashley, Tom, the Lindas and friends, and to my husband, Brian, and my daughter, Fallon.
Councilmember Shackelford.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations to my colleagues on your sacrifice, on your commitment, on your campaigns, on your depth of issues in terms of knowledge in which you've shared, and also for your service, not only on this council today, but also previously in your own respective areas. You are to be celebrated, commended, and honored, and we thank you today for all of that. I just want to say thank you to my wife for her sacrifice to allow me to do what I do, and that's serve the city that I love. I also want to thank the voters of the city of Frederick. It's an awesome responsibility when folks entrust you to lead their city, when folks ask you to serve their city, and when people ask you and vote for you because they believe in you. Also recognizing that there are persons in this democratic process who don't vote for us, and yet we still are obligated to serve everyone, regardless of party, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of ideology, regardless of race, creed, gender. We are required to serve everyone. Let me also share these comments because I think it's important, particularly in this space, because I may not have the opportunity. There have been, as many or may be aware of, accusation, innuendos, and rumors, and I like to dispel those. I don't operate from the standpoint of being shady. Operate from the standpoint of trying to get any position compromising my character or integrity. It's not worth it. I haven't contacted a newspaper, haven't contacted any media outlet, haven't contacted any blogger to provide any information on a council member. I have not asked anyone to post on social media any letter or anything of that sort. They didn't have my permission nor my support. At the age of 8, my father told me I had to be twice as good. And I recognize that. Today we're going to vote for a city council president, and my colleagues have that vote. I've always tried to run on my qualifications, because this is what I know of my history, also my life is, I have to be above reproach. I don't get the same opportunities. I don't get the same second chances as everybody else does. Now, what I'm saying is that doesn't make me a victim. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. That's just the reality in the system in which we live in, and I accept that. So I accept in knowing that I have to be above reproach. I accept in knowing that I have to be qualified for a position. I have to know that I have to work hard for a position. And that's what I try to do. That's what I will always do. No position has ever been worth me sacrificing my family, my character, my reputation, or my family's name. Thank you.
All right, we will now have our first opportunity for public comment. As with all of our meetings, we are going to start with public comment. We will also allow some public comment on the individual agenda items, and again at the end of the meeting. So you have several opportunities. We will set the timer for 3 minutes per person, and I do have a sign-up sheet, so we'll start with those on the list, and then if anyone else, we have about 15 people signed up, so when we get towards the end of the sheet, if anyone else wants to speak, you can sort of start queuing up to try to keep things moving here. So first on my list here is Bill Reed.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is William Reed, and I'm the chair of Frederick County Progressives and a lifelong Frederick resident. Thank you for this opportunity to speak. I want to begin by expressing gratitude for the dedication and service that every member of this council, both returning and newly elected, has provided to the residents of Frederick. Public service is demanding, and our community benefits from the commitment of those who step forward to lead. This afternoon, however, I want to speak to the unique moment Frederick finds itself in as we transition to a new hybrid district at-large structure. This shift represents a significant evolution in how our city is governed. 5 of the 7 incoming council members are newly elected and chosen by residents who clearly signaled their desire for change, progressive priorities, and new approaches to long-standing challenges, especially affordability, housing stability, and access to basic needs. Frederick is changing, and the council must lead in a way that reflects the broader citywide vision. This is why the choice of city council president is so important. The next president must be someone who can unite this body, build trust, and help establish a culture that is collaborative, transparent, and focused on delivering results for residents in every district. With this significant structural change in governance and so many new voices joining the council, a compromise candidate, one who enters the role without the weight of past divisions or competing expectations, may be the best path forward. A unifying choice would allow this council to start this new chapter with clarity and momentum rather than with fractions or lingering disagreements. It would set a tone that puts residents' needs first and empowers every council member to bring forward their ideas and represent their district effectively. The residents of Frederick are asking for a council that works together, that listens, and that responds with creativity and urgency to the needs that the residents face. Choosing a compromise candidate as council president would honor this mandate. It would send a powerful message that this new administration is committed not only to progress, but to partnership, and that the council's shared purpose outweighs any past differences. Thank you for your time, your service, and your willingness to lead Frederick into this new chapter.
Next, and I should have asked when you get up to speak if you could clearly state your name and a general address for the record. Second is Seth, and it looks like the last name starts with an F, but I can't quite make it out.
Seth Funk, thank you for hearing me. Forewarning, I've worked about 30 hours in the last 48, so I haven't not fully written out all of mine, so I'll try to make this as short and sweet as possible. I'm speaking in support of the later agenda, which will be naming the city council president, and I hope that you will choose Cesar Diaz as your city council president. For those of you who were sitting on the city leadership beforehand, I welcome you back, but it is important to note that you are not blameless in the terms of the affordability crisis that we find ourselves in. This is a widespread issue in the nation, of course, but this is a result of prioritizing market forces and profit over the needs of the working people of Frederick. It is important that we ask ourselves when we are trying to build a Frederick with opportunity, who that opportunity is for. Is it for wealthy or well-off individuals that are moving out of other unaffordable counties, or is it for working families that are here or are seeking to move in who can already not afford the affordability crisis? in the speech by the new mayor, I did notice that it took until the very last paragraph for labor to be mentioned in the speech, whereas developers were mentioned in the first few minutes. I think it is important that we ask ourselves who is more important to the future for the city of Frederick. We should not make labor an afterthought as it was in the speech. It should be a priority. And so with this, as a proud union member and as an organizer within the Frederick local chapter of the Frederick Democratic Socialists of America, I urge you to put Cesar Diaz as the president, as someone who is at the forefront of the community for the oppressed and for the underrepresented. He ran a campaign solely for workers and their families and not for profit interests for people looking to make a buck on the struggles of working people. With that, I yield the rest of my time. Thank you for hearing me.
All right, next we have, looks like Eric Clements, followed by Dr. Henry Obazi. And I'm sorry if I butcher anyone's name, but you can start making your way toward the microphone if you're on deck.
My name is Eric Clements. I live on Wingate Drive. I'm a member of the Frederick chapter of the Democratic Socialists of America and act as their co-chair of the chapter's mutual aid committee. Sorry. This work has given me the privilege of providing aid to some of the more vulnerable members of our community, whether they be unhoused, housing insecure, or just regular working class folks that need a leg up. I've heard their stories. I continue to hear their experiences and struggles. Through providing mutual aid to the community and taking part in other advocacy with the DSA, I've seen a lot of performative actions by local leaders to address poverty and housing insecurity in the community. I've seen a lot of talk about supporting working class folks with not enough action. This is why I have a lot of respect for Councilmember Cesar Diaz. District 2 has been actively targeted with immigration raids, both by ICE and by our own sheriff department. Cesar Diaz sent his canvassers into District 2 with a focus on spreading Know Your Rights material and chose to serve his district and actively help our immigrant community before ever even taking office or getting out of the primaries. This is exemplary to the kind of leadership we need in Frederick and why I want to urge the council to vote for Cesar Diaz as the council president. Action, not performance, is how we get things done. Congratulations, Cesar. I'm super happy to see you on the council. Make him our president, please.
Thank you. Dr. Henry Obazi, followed by Sharon Suarez, and then Alan Feinberg.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Henry Obazi. I'm a resident and also the secretary of the Nigerians in Frederick. I'm also a business owner in the city of Frederick. So thank you for the opportunity to speak. First, let me congratulate you all for the stepping up to serve this great city. I'm here today because the people of Frederick made their voices clear in this election. They voted for change. They voted for a new direction, one grounded in transparency, collaboration, and a government that works for every resident in every district. As you prepare to select the next council president, and I urge you all to honor the mandate. This is a pivotal moment for the future of our city. We need leadership that reflects where community wants to go. Frederick deserves a council president who brings unique perspective, someone who can unite the people, rebuild trust, and set a new tone, one focus on respectful dialogue, accountability, and partnership, someone who is committed to strengthening the culture of this body so that the council can operate transparently, work collaboratively with the mayor, and deliver real results for the residents who rely on us, who rely on you. This is not just about who holds the gavel, it's about how the council shows up for the community. It's about demonstrating that you heard voters loud and clear, that you understand the frustration and the desires for progress, and the expectation that this council will do things differently. Frederick is growing, our challenges are growing, and our opportunities are growing. We need leadership that rises to meet this moment. I respectfully urge you to choose a council president who embodies the change residents demand, someone who can build bridges, and someone committed to a culture where collaboration and transparency are not just talking points, but everyday practice. This is your chance to set a path for the council and for our city. Please choose a leader who can help move Frederick forward. Thank you all.
Thank you. Sharon Suarez, and then Alan Feinberg.
Hi, Alan. I'm Sharon Suarez. My husband, Alan Feinberg, just thought it was a sign-up sheet, so he said he doesn't need to say anything other than to agree with me that we want to congratulate all of you on stepping forward and accepting this challenge. My only comment that I would add is that there are a lot of citizens so anxious to work with all of you. Groups have been, it's not just been chatter, there's thoughts and ideas that have been swirling around, and we will reach out in any of a number of ways, and we look forward to working with you in the upcoming months and years on solving some of our real problems. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, we will skip Mr. Feinberg, and we have Eric Musa, and then Kat Kozer.
Goodness. Congratulations to both the new and incumbent members of the City Council. My name is Eric Musa, and I live off 7th Street in District 4. I grew up in Frederick County and just moved back into the city as an adult last year. I've been attending these city council meetings for the majority of that time, coming to advocate as a part of Frederick for Justice in Palestine for a local ceasefire resolution to call for an end to genocide in Gaza, as well as a member of the Democratic Socialists of America in Frederick. I attended the inauguration shortly ago and did enjoy the celebration of you all, the individuals who have decided to dedicate their time to the city of Frederick and its people for the next 4 years. You know, anyone, myself included, can complain about the trials and tribulations of life, but what sets them aside from those, what sets you aside from those who don't serve the public is a willingness to change things, to make things better for us all, to listen to the word of the people and focus it into action. I do not believe that places any of you upon a pedestal, and I think that to serve the public is a privilege that I think a lot of politicians in this day and age would do well to remember. But we can't deny that it does take courage to volunteer to pursue elected office right now. It was mentioned in various points briefly in the inauguration, but what could have done with more acknowledgement is just how much people are struggling and suffering with what is going on right now in the world. There are crises across the world, the country, and in our neighborhoods, including affordability, immigration and ICE, due process, the basic sanctity of the Constitution and the rule of law, to name a few. Members of the council these next 4 years will have to hear the people through the lens of their frustrations, through their clenched teeth and tears, through their heartbreak and suffering. The leadership of this council determines how the council will engage with the public it represents. To decide to encourage public engagement and to request representation from all, even the most vulnerable in our communities, or to police how we speak and tell the exasperated and desperate people of Frederick that they must be courteous and behave in order to be heard, is a choice that the council president has. For myself and for FJP, I hope that the new members of the council will push the body to pursue true peace and justice with respect to Gaza and Palestine. You all took oaths to uphold the Constitution of our country less than 3 hours ago, and I and FJP will hold you to that standard for the next 4 years. And for all the city of Frederick, I hope that the city council president who is elected will listen always, who may not agree or act on what every member of the public says, but can thoughtfully consider those things said nonetheless. Thank you for your time. Congratulations and good luck to you all, and your luck will be the city of Frederick's luck for the next 4 years. Free Gaza and free Palestine as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So Kat Kozer, and then Christian Benford.
Hello, my name is Kat Kozer. I'm also a member of the Frederick DSA, and I also organize to support democracy, particularly this year. So I wanted to speak a little bit about that. In this age of rising authoritarianism, sorry, I have notes, we have reason to reflect on how exactly democracy should function and what it means to represent others. One of the most shocking parts of this year to me personally has been how little faith people have in their fellow neighbors. I keep hearing how elite politicians have a plan and will help us, and we just have to blindly trust. And I'm not sure that's working. In Frederick, we are fortunate to have accessible leaders, like all of you, and I welcome this new city council. I wish you all the best in your efforts to serve all the people of Frederick. And I think the city has a beautiful moment of change and opportunity right now with this new district-based representation. But I think a disturbing narrative has emerged recently, threatening the effectiveness of this new council and its selection of president. Specifically, if we accept that we live in a democracy and we are all equals, we should at every point confront the obstacles and attempts to disenfranchise the political exercise of any neighbor, and especially newly elected representatives. In a recent letter to the editor, an outgoing representative claims that, and I'll quote, "Choosing a president from one district would mean their initial support reflects just that district's voters rather than the whole city." Does the author of this letter truly believe that only 2 of the 7 council members should be eligible for council president? That the majority of representatives should be structurally excluded from leadership? The new district structure is helping connect representatives more closely to their constituents, and that is its purpose. And it's frankly disrespectful to imply that one of the district representatives would not be able to consider more than their district. This is the same argument I hear over and over, used to hand away rights to elites and disempower people from having direct involvement in their own government. Every representative is perfectly capable of being council president, and that should be a clear precedent from the start of this new structure, I hope. There are enough political narratives calling people unqualified. Please do not replicate these misguided and anti-democratic trends with this new council. I would also humbly suggest that an even more democratic design could be rotational. But whatever this council decides, I implore you all to treat each other as equals, regardless of at-large or district experience or role, and I do truly wish you all the best in this new phase. Thank you for your service as well.
All right, we've got Christian Benford, and then Gail Peterson, and then Dave Schmidt.
Good afternoon. My name is Christian Benford. Surprise, surprise. I'm also a member of the Frederick Democratic Socialists of America. I've been a Frederick resident for also nearly all my life. First, I want to extend a congratulations to all who sit at the front of this room on your wins. I ask that you take notice to the angle at which you sit. That is a constant reminder that the people you face, us, the public, are those you are committed to serve. As a public servant, I know the harsh reality that comes with the job. It's a thankless position where you're always told what's wrong and never what's going right. Still, you do what is best for residents because your duty is to serve them. You work for them. This service should never be conflated with experience. Politicians are to be representative of us. They respond to our needs and desires to help us build a better Frederick, especially at the local level. You all are our neighbors. I mean, literally, some of you live within 10 minutes of my home. You all are community members. Whether you've worked here, participated in various affinity groups, had your kids go to school here, hell, pay taxes here, you all are part of this community. You're part of us. And in that, where experience may lack for a position, your integrity, your character are what defined you. I would so much rather be represented by someone who has little experience and immense integrity, dignity, and good character than someone who has experience and no dedication to the public. In the past few weeks, posts, articles, and blogs have come from different sources speaking about the new leadership within the council. It has gotten ugly between neighbors, calling each other out, making harsh accusations, or intimidating one another. As a city resident, this election was particularly as exciting because we had a whole host of new faces that bid for council, a majority of which had never even served in public office, some of which had representation we had never seen on the Frederick City Council. For me, electing new citywide leadership also meant that I wanted to see a change in the internal politics of this council. It was personal when Cesar Diaz entered this race. In addition to being a great community ally, I was so excited to see a Latino run for office. It's not something I had been so close to in my lifetime. Growing up, I just wanted to see people that looked like me or spoke like my family in important positions. Cesar, your win was personal to me. I feel like we, the community, made it. We have someone that not only is like us, but fights for us. Someone that is not afraid to speak his mind or fight for what is right, even if politically unpopular, but is morally just. Someone that wants to continue that in office. I know what you stand for. I know the work you've done with serving those with a lack of access to technology, distributing information to our new Americans, and encourage democratic participation in our elections. It's why we, the Frederick Democratic Socialists of America, endorsed you. I know you'll be committed to meeting with city residents. Cesar, que puedas representar a toda la gente que vive aquí. Que seas la voz de los que no tienen voz. Aquellos que viven con miedo. Eres el orgullo del pueblo. I fully support a vote to enable you to be city council president. May you serve the city with the same tenacity you campaigned with. Thank you.
Gail Peterson, followed by Dave Schmidt, and then Veronica Lowe. Probably for you.
Hello, happy people. My name is Gail Peterson. I'm not affiliated with any Democratic or a socialist or anything other than an advocate for my neighborhood. I'm a NAC advisor, or no, thank you, a NAC coordinator for NAC 6 and 9. Congratulations, District 5, my district. I won't use 3 minutes, I promise. I made notes so I wouldn't ramble. I want to congratulate everybody in this room for being here and participating in public comment, because the responsibility for this is you, and it's me. I'm looking at the 5 new guys first, okay? Every single one of you, I heard through different people, places, times, that they're never going to make it. They don't have name recognition. They're too this, they're too that. They're not going to make it. And I said, no, they are going to make it. You know why? Because I've been listening to the people that are saying, we want things to change. We need people to listen to us. Whether it's, for me, streets. I want the kids on my street to be safe, to cross and play, okay? Sidewalks, lights, whatever it is. And it's just grown over the past 4 years. Every one of you ran a campaign that you should be proud of, with integrity and passion. And I mean, I saw it. I saw each of you do the work. Congratulations. You said yes. I wondered this morning when I was seeing some of the Facebook posts about, what are you doing today? And I was wondering if through your mind you were saying, I don't know what the hell I just signed myself up for. Congratulations for stepping up, because what you do today is important. What you do today defines the way that we move forward as a city. This is a new thing, the city council. You guys are going to build it. It was decided on in the last administration. You guys build it. And you're going to listen to the people, because you are sitting in front of your people. And I want...
Gail, I'm sorry, can you wrap it up, please? Thank you.
Can I wrap it up?
Yes.
Yeah, sure I can. The diversity on this board reflects the people in this room. The diversity on that board reflects the people in this room. Talk to each other with civility. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. That's your job. That was what it was allowed. That was what it was voted to be. Your job to pick. And I believe that you're going to treat each other, inspire people. I'm shutting up now. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. I'm sure the council members would like to get to their reception at some point, so just trying to move us along. Thank you for that. Dave Schmidt, and then Veronica Lowe, and Robert Van Rens.
I'm Dave Schmidt. I live at 26 East 6th Street, and while it's not in my nature to be brief, I will be very brief. I rise today to welcome our new council, to congratulate you on your new positions, and to remind you who you work for. Over the next 4 years, there will be endless advice, countless suggestions, and tremendous pressure from those that seek your votes to their ends. There are people whose entire job is to influence you, to lobby you to economically benefit themselves and their employers. And while subject matter experts are welcome in every conversation, it is very important that you remember you do not work for them. You are a lobbyist for the people. In all those rooms, in all those meetings, please remember that you are the voice for those that cannot speak. Keep ever in your mind that you have sworn an oath to fight for us, not for the special interests, even if it is your own special interest. Again, congratulations. Welcome to the new City Council, and we, the people, are counting on you.
Thank you. Veronica Lowe, followed by Robert Van Rens and April Calhoun.
Good afternoon. My name is Veronica Lowe. Congratulations to you all, and thank you for your willingness to serve. My public comment is not against any one council member, but it is in support of Derek Shackelford for City Council President. I strongly urge the City Council members to vote for Council Vice President Derek Shackelford as the next City Council President. Despite Derek earning the most votes, Derek brings the most experience and longest tenure of the council, experience that matters as our city navigates complex challenges and opportunities. Beyond the numbers, Derek has consistently demonstrated people skills, leadership, integrity, and a spirit of collaboration essential for this role. He knows how to listen, how to build consensus, and how to lead with respect for both colleagues and the community. Most importantly, Derek has strong public support from residents across the city. Elevating him to council president honors both democratic principles and the collective voice of the community. This vote will speak volumes, and not just about leadership, but about fairness, consistency, and accountability. Our community is paying attention, and residents expect the council to honor both precedents and the will of the voters. The decision made in this moment will be remembered and etched in history. I urge the council to lead with integrity and elect Derek Shackelford as City Council President. Thank you.
Robert Van Rens, April Calhoun, and then Sebastian, can't quite make out the last name. Starts with an S.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Van Rens. I live at 572 Binford Court. I'm on the west side of Frederick, District 2, and I'm here not to advocate for a particular council member for president of the council, but as a member of the Charter Review Committee to speak specifically regarding some of the misinformation that's been going around regarding the new city charter and the process around by which the president should be chosen. during the deliberation process in the formation of the charter recommendations that were ultimately adopted, one of the things that we tried to do was give the new council the toolbox and the autonomy to make the decisions themselves without putting them in a straitjacket and requiring them to do certain things. So we tried to give you the opportunity to make decisions for yourself, to have this sort of internal autonomy, and to not put too many of our own preconceptions and suppositions into how this process should work. What we also wanted to do was take everything that we did and look at it through an equity lens and make sure that we created as level a playing field as possible from the very beginning, so that there would be an equal opportunity for all of the council members, whether they were incumbents from the previous administration, from any previous administration, or they were brand new to the process. I'd like to think that we succeeded as best we could. It's not a perfect system. It was the best we could come up with, and it's up to you to try and perfect it, and we hopefully gave you the ability to do that. So with that, I've had the opportunity to get to know all of you. I'm extremely proud of all of you. This is, for me personally, a great moment, and I look forward to seeing you all do great things. Thank you.
April Calhoun, and then Sebastian, and that's the end of my list here. So if there's anyone else that wishes to speak after that, you can sort of line up.
Good afternoon. My name is April Calhoun, and I'm a City of Frederick resident and a 16-year homeowner on West South Street in downtown Frederick. In the past 24 hours, the Frederick News Post confirmed that Council Member Nash has received more than $350,000 in lobbying income from an energy corporation while also directing the city's data center discussions. Even without intentional wrongdoing, this creates a clear appearance of conflict that many residents are deeply concerned about, including myself. Because the city charter has no recall mechanism, today's leadership vote will determine the council president for the next 4 years, with no ability for voters to revisit that decision. This makes transparency and public trust absolutely essential. I'm not telling you here how to vote. I'm simply asking that in choosing your leadership today, you put ethics, accountability, and the long-term confidence of residents first. Thank you, and thank you for your service to the city.
Hello, I'm Sebastian Sandy, and I am 17 years old. I live on West 13th Street, and I'm here today to ask of you to influence our kids to not bully each other in schools. Throughout what I've seen throughout all my years of high school, about to graduate, kids have been bullied and stood up for themselves, but nobody even cared or noticed. All they did was get in trouble, those kids who stood up for themselves rather than the people who caused the problems. And that's all I've noticed out of Frederick County Public Schools, is that the kids who are the next generation, the most important individuals to raise correctly and give one chance to be able to handle things, haven't been given anything to support themselves and stay safe. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you very much.
I'm Tom Pollock. Hopefully you can all hear that. If you can, I can get closer. You'll regret it. Let me make it clear that most of my bullet points have already been discussed, so I will go as quickly as I can. I want to congratulate all of you. You probably thought you worked really hard, only to discover the work is just starting. And I also want to provide some thanks to the people who put a lot of time and effort in creating a new charter that leads us into a new future. We have 5 distinct districts, each represented in the governance of how our city runs. By the way, that's what democracy looks like. You 7 are empowered only you seven, are empowered to determine who your leadership is going to be today. That's your first decision. You would be lucky if that were your last. Whoever you choose, I will support. But if the seven of you do not work together, you will not accomplish what you set out to do. Dana French is not here. I promised on his behalf to at least mention his name. If you spend more than 2 minutes with Dana, you will hear him say the word systems. Silos would come next. The seven of you are more than you are as individuals. You are your own group. You owe it to yourselves to form the future. You have no traditions to follow. Your job is creating tomorrow's traditions. You serve us, the people. You have an incredibly difficult job. I wish you the best of luck with that. Whoever you decide runs you, that person doesn't really run you. That's it. Take care.
Hello, everyone. I'm here as Robert Van Rens, a member of the Charter Review Committee. And I have to say, it's very rare when you work on something for so long and you see the manifestation of it. I was moved by you, Christian, and how you felt because you have representation from your district. That was a huge point for us in the Charter Review Committee, that we can have the new charter reflect representation in the district. And I feel really happy that it seemed that we were able to accomplish that. So thank you for everyone on the Charter Review Committee, and thank you for the previous council for voting it in, and thank you for the mayor for chartering it in the first place. He gets a lot of credit too. So thank you guys so much for your service, and I look forward to seeing all the good work you're going to do.
Hello, my name is Michelle Whitaker. I'm the Executive Director for Ranked Choice Voting Maryland. We're a statewide grassroots organization that is working in Frederick, Annapolis, Rockville, and places all across our great state. I want to again congratulate all of you, as many have come up and said, for your election and for stepping up for public service. That's always an important thing to do, and I'm excited for the opportunities you all have ahead. Fair and accessible elections are a fundamental part of democracy. I hope that the council will explore how ranked choice voting can empower voters, encourage candidates to reach out to more of their communities, and turn down the temperature on negative campaigning and partisanship. We have a great opportunity in the city of Frederick and across Maryland to expand the use of ranked choice voting. The city of Tacoma Park in Montgomery County has been using ranked choice voting for nearly 20 years, and they've been able to elect a diverse city council, women, have the first women mayor in their elections, and really do amazing things where they're responsive to their community. Voters in the city of Greenbelt in Prince George's County voted overwhelmingly this past November, 67%, to move the city to ranked choice voting for their 7-member at-large council. We will be involved, the Ranked Choice Voting Maryland will be involved with that city in their implementation process. And the city of Greenbelt will become the second city to use ranked choice voting in the state, the first city to use proportional ranked choice voting in the state. So we're really excited about that opportunity. Our cities, there are other cities in the state that are looking at ranked choice voting, including Annapolis, Rockville, College Park, Hyattsville, and I really hope that you all here in Frederick are going to take active roles on that. RCV is used in over 50 jurisdictions across the United States, including New York City, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's used statewide in Alaska and Maine, and where we see in all of those places, you're electing diverse members to their city council, you're electing and responsive to the community, voters feel more empowered, and overwhelmingly when we do exit polling, where we have that done in other states, 80 to 90% of the voters are saying we want to keep this, we want to use this for more elections. So we hope to see that here. Better elections are possible, and we hope you as a council will move Frederick forward as a shining example for a strong and representative democracy. Congratulations again, thank you, and I'll be in touch with all of your offices.
Hello, everybody. My name is Freddie Ventura, resident of District 4. I want to start off by saying how deeply disappointed I've been by what has transpired since the election. What has happened has been nothing short of a circus, and I, for one, am thankful we didn't elect any clowns into our city council. Let me be clear that I'm here speaking for myself and not talking on behalf of anyone, and in no way trying to sway the city council. With that, I find it deeply disgraceful the people of influence and former elected officials who chose to use their platform to exacerbate what was already a stressful situation for the city council members. They tried to sabotage the new council and tip the scales of their vote. The city spoke and they were very clear. Otherwise, they would be up here right now. With what I witnessed is gaslighting, scare tactics, and bullying. I hope that everybody that contributed to this plenary is very happy and proud of themselves. You all ruined what should have been a joyous time for these folks up here and tainted the new council session before it even started. So pat yourselves on the back. The city voted, and they clearly voted for change. And change is what's sitting before us right now. Therefore, the new city council members should be given the dignity and respect to choose what their change looks like and who they want leading it. This is, after all, what the people voted for. The council president vote is up to the city council members and the council members alone. That's why I urge the new city council members to do something for me. Just block out all that noise. Because at the end, that's all it is, powerless noise, and you see that with what they're doing. You guys have all the power and say here, so I ask you to harness that power and vote however the hell your heart compels you to, because that's the job you were elected to do. You were elected to represent the city, not a few self-serving clowns. I'm very proud of all of you. I know how hard all of you worked to get here. I'm sorry for what has happened, but I know you all are strong and determined. You guys are going to push through and do great things for our city. I, for one, wish you nothing but success, because your success is our success. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Paul Fulcher. I live in District 4 in East Church. And I just wanted to say congratulations to everyone here, and to lighten the mood a little bit, I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee. So I'm going to sing a little song, and I'm probably going to embarrass my partner who's not watching. All right. And if you know it, sing along with me, all right? Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. One more time. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother, everybody get together. Gotta love one another right now. Drop mic. Thank you. Congrats.
Still going. Okay.
I promise you all I won't sing. You took 4. Okay. It was well said, though. I always usually make this stuff up seconds before I get up on stage. Okay, Steve Jakubczyk. Louder? My outdoor voice, yell at my kids. Steve Jakubczyk, North Market Street. Freddie, that was great. I almost didn't bother coming up, but I couldn't had to follow the Jesse Colin Young song. If I heard one thing over and over and over again since we first had the outdoor backyard forum in April, where we introduced just the new candidates, is the need for change and the confidence that people have in the 5 new people that were elected. On that day, 7-8 months ago, there was a noticeable, tangible feeling in the air when everybody got to speak for 2-3 minutes, and I know I surprised a couple of people by asking you to. We had 52 people in a person's backyard over on 4th Street, and everybody there, the residents and the people that were running, you can tell the excitement was in the air. You can feel it. you can taste it, you can cut it with a knife. Remember that feeling, because the people that voted for you remembers it very, very well. Okay, I have a very strong opinion on the decisions that are going to be made after this meeting is over. And that strong opinion is I trust you guys to make the right decision according to your values, your thoughts, and whatever criteria that you may have. People, as Freddie said, the people voted for you for a reason, okay? And whatever decision you make today, or the decisions that you make going forward on all the critical issues that face this city, people have confidence in you. People need to have confidence in you. People that I talk to have confidence in you, and people trust you, okay? And we will stand by your decisions from now until you're running again in 4 years. Then we'll challenge them a little bit. But in the meantime, God bless you. Thank you. And I couldn't be happier for each and every one of you.
Donna Kazemchak, for the first time in a while, speaking from this side of the podium. Freddie and I disagree on numerous things, right? Yes. Freddie, beautifully spoken. Thank you. I was not elected, and rightfully so. The group that is sitting in front of me right now brings hope to me. Is the future of Frederick. I am so proud of all of you. I have served with 18 Board of Aldermen members and 5 separate mayors. In my first year in office with Katie Nash, I learned more from her than I did from any of the 18 people. Thank you. I trust the people sitting in front of me. All of you, I trust you. I believe that you will make the right decisions in the future, and I'm not always going to agree with you. Obviously, we don't have to always agree. I thank you for the hard job that you are going to do. I am so very sorry that your very first meeting has been attacked and sidetracked and abused in so many ways. I trust you. Again, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, if there's no more public comment, we will move on with our agenda. And next on our agenda is the election of the council president. In accordance with Article 2, Section 9.1 of the Charter, the City Council will now elect from its membership a council president, and then after that, a vice president. And typically, we start agenda items with a staff presentation. We really don't have one here. If any of the council members have any questions for me as we get started, I'm happy to try to answer them. Our process for choosing a council president is really just the same process that we use for any other decisions of the council, which is a motion followed by a second, and then discussion on the motion if desired, and then a vote. So that's what we're going to be looking for here. Any of you can move to nominate, to elect yourselves or any other member of the council to be president. So at this time, unless there are any questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Thank you, Attorney Nesson. I motion to elect Cesar Diaz, Councilmember Cesar Diaz, for council president.
I would like to second this nomination.
Okay, we have a nomination for Councilmember Diaz to be president, made by Councilmember Nash, seconded by Councilmember Hempel-Irani. Any discussion on the motion? All right, seeing none, I will ask for a vote. All those in favor? Wow. So at this time, I will go ahead and hand the gavel over to our new council president. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I just call nominations for vice president.
Just next on the agenda is what the selection of the council vice president. Just do what we just did.
Okay, next on the agenda is election of the council vice president. We'll open for any motions.
I move to elect Councilwoman Nash for vice president.
I second the motion. Motion made by Councilmember Taylor, seconded by Councilmember Diaz. That's going to take a while to get used to. Any discussion up here? All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Motion carries 6-0. Congratulations. No, oh, card. He voted. Sarah, oh. Oh, sorry. There, any nay votes? One nay vote. So vote carries 6-1. Congratulations. All right, so now it's time for. Absolutely. So the vote is now 5 yes, 1 nay, 1 abstention. Okay. All right. All right. Now it's time for council member comments. We started this way before, so we'll start with Council Member Shackelford.
Congratulations, council leadership. Thank you, everyone, for your participation and comments today. We heard you. Thank you.
Councilmember Till.
My responsibility to choose leaders were to help ensure that our council can function as effectively as possible to fulfill the duties we are elected to perform on behalf of our community. This was about governance, not politics. To me, effective leadership is defined by more than holding a title. It's about demonstrating qualities that allow our council to work collaboratively, productively, and with purpose. The votes I cast today were for individuals who have a clear and thoughtful plan of how the council can operate at its best. They will create conditions for success for each individual council member and the council as a whole. They will follow through with their commitments and foster a culture where accountability is the norm. They communicate directly, ensuring clarity in expectations and decision-making. And they will advocate strongly for the needs of the council, enabling us to deliver on the goals of our constituents. Ultimately, my decision was based on who can best help us function effectively and uphold the work that we are elected to do.
No comments, thank you.
Councilmember Brehm.
Thank you. I would concur with what Councilmember Taylor had said, but I would add a couple things and echoing others. First, thank you for joining us today. Citizen participation is really important, whether it's today's vote or the budget, which is coming up, or land use issues. It's really important to have citizen input. Second, I really appreciate the Charter Review Committee and the work of Robert and John and others. It is really well-deserved praise. It really has been transformational to have 5 districts now represented by people who live in those districts and therefore can voice the questions and the comments and concerns of those neighbors. Our job collectively is to listen, reflect, decide, and implement, and I'm delighted that our leadership is going to help lead us in that direction. Finally, I'm pleased to learn today about the mayor's legislative agenda. I'm delighted because his priorities reflected the campaigns of the 7 of us. And I'm delighted that that listening took place and that he's going to be on board with council as it relates to implementing some really important stuff, which you have referenced, affordable housing being a priority. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just have a couple of quotes. One is I don't think you need to have change in order to accelerate change. I don't think that's necessary. But I can tell you in this instance, it is an incredibly important and powerful change that we are making, I believe. I think Cesar has a great ability to foster the kind of change that we are really asking for, that you collectively are asking for. So I support the decision. I obviously welcome Cesar as leadership, and I look forward to working with you.
We are embarking on something new here, and I think you all feel the excitement is palpable. In my work, I'm always in conversation with the past, but I'm always making something new, and I think that's what we're doing. To my fellow council members, I believe that each one of us seated here were called to this work, and I want to quote an essay, or an excerpt from an essay by David White. A true vocation calls us out beyond ourselves. It breaks our heart in the process, and then humbles, simplifies, and enlightens us about the hidden core nature of the work that enticed us in the first place. We find that all along, we had what we needed from the beginning, and that in the end, we have returned to its essence, an essence we could not understand until we had undertaken the journey. And it is a privilege and an honor to take this journey with each of you. Thank you.
I want to thank my fellow council members for placing their trust in me. I promise to work as hard as I did in my campaign for not only individual success for every council member, but the success of the council at large as we move forward to try to do what's best for the city of Frederick. There's been a lot of talk from members of the public and from some of us up here about some of the nastiness and some of the negative things that came out. And I truly believe that this was driven by people outside of the council, people with agendas, people with specific goals. Some of these agendas were political payback for past defeats, or folks who had served up here many years ago were trying to get back some relevance. Some were from people who wanted to serve up here, but had always just missed. Others were groups who fear that the changes in city government were going to minimize their political influence. The agenda that those people behind those attacks didn't have is the agenda of the members of this council. And that's the agenda to make Frederick an even better place to live, to address the real issues affecting the people of this wonderful city. That is the work that we want to do. Make life better for the residents of Frederick. Find ways to make life more affordable. Protect those who are targeted by outside forces. To be the voice for those without a voice. All 7 of us up here are ready to put all those things behind us and roll up our sleeves and get to doing the work. Join us and let's all join together to do great things. And now is a last opportunity for any public comments. Anybody wants to step up? If there's no public comments, this meeting is adjourned. And nope. If you want to speak, you need to go. Yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry. She's asking for. Sí, yo puedo interpretar. I'm going to interpret for.
Quisiera felicitarlos a todos. Es un buen equipo y espero que todos pues trabajen en conjunto para el beneficio de toda la comunidad, incluyendo a cada uno de los ciudadanos sin importar ninguna discriminación.
She wants to congratulate all of us for what we're going to do and encourage us not to discriminate against anyone.
Y como tú lo mencionaste, quisiera recalcar el que sea que solucionemos los problemas con soluciones reales.
And like I said, we want to work together to come to solve real problems with real solutions. Real solutions.
como por ejemplo si hay el problema de las bicicletas y los scooters y yendo por todo lado y esta gente poniéndose en peligro.
Solving the problems of bicycles and electric scooters who are driving really fast and putting themselves and others in danger.
Y darles la solución real, como por ejemplo darle una calle, un camino por donde ellos transiten en vez de darles tickets o multas.
Have real solutions like dedicated paths instead of just giving them tickets or fines.
Y eso es todo.
And that is
Esperando soluciones reales y pues trabajar en conjunto como una comunidad en armonía y en paz y haciendo que todo marche bien.
That is all. She's asking for real solutions to real problems and to work together to solve those problems and to work in harmony.
Gracias y gracias a cada uno por estar aquí y trabajar en conjunto con nosotros como ciudadanos de esta bonita comunidad, Frederick.
Thank you, and she's thanking all of us for working together to solve the problems of the beautiful city of Frederick. Any other public comments?
Okay. I think I would like to help me and then to translate. My English is not very well, so I don't want to use it also. Okay. Buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Mi nombre es Amílcar Cobo de León. Un placer estar.
You cannot be translating for someone in the audience giving public comment. We need to either reset the time when there is a time for an interpreter to be here, or arguably the default would be to have someone else in the audience.
Scott, you have to speak in the mic or it won't pick up on the.
Okay, but the worst scenario, I'm sorry, the worst scenarios would be to have someone else in the audience do that interpretation as an informal, but you cannot be the one to do an interpretation.
We don't have a rule about that. I don't think it's a problem in this context for you to have a little bit of leeway with the time if needed and to translate.
Yes.
Are there any other objections up here from everyone?
Sure, that would be okay.
Okay, okay, all right.
It's,
oh,
oh,
there
okay.
you go, even better.
Okay. Okay, so I was trying to speak English, but I can make mistake. Yo decía que mi nombre es Amílcar Cobo de León.
My name is
Amílcar Cobo de León.
Carter de León.
Es un poco complicado, pero
It's
es
a
mi
bit
nombre.
complicated, but
Eh,
that's his name. Yeah.
Antes que nada, quiero felicitarles a todos los electos
Before anything, I would like to congratulate all you elected officials
y los reelectos. Los reelectos.
and the re-elected ones as well.
Es un gran compromiso que ustedes han asumido, que van a asumir.
It's a big job, a big commitment that you've all been assuming, that you've all assumed.
Yo creo que la comunidad de Frederick los ha elegido no porque sean bonitos ni porque sean bonitas,
I don't think that the community of Frederick elected you because you were pretty faces.
sino porque creemos en la capacidad de cada uno de ustedes.
Because we believe, but rather we elected you because we believe in your ability to do the job.
Y es ahí donde comienza el trabajo de la negociación de cada uno de ustedes como los líderes que son y que creemos que ustedes van a ser capaces de negociar entre ustedes mismos para que no haya conflicto en beneficio de nuestra comunidad.
And that's where your negotiating skills among yourselves are going to factor in so you can serve the entire community better.
Y estamos muy contentos de estar presentes acá el día de hoy para ser testigos de que hemos elegido las personas correctas, las adecuadas para representar a nuestra comunidad.
And we are very proud of having elected the right people to represent our community. ¿Está hablando de la comunidad hispana o de la comunidad entera?
General.
To the general community, that we have elected the right people for the general community.
La ciudad de Frederick es una ciudad bien hermosa.
The city of Frederick is a very beautiful city.
Y yo sé que con el trabajo que cada uno de ustedes van a realizar va a ser muchísimo más hermoso de lo que está ahora.
And I know with the work you're going to do, it's going to be even more beautiful than it's ever been before.
Confiamos y creemos en cada uno de ustedes y nuestros hijos, los nietos de cada uno de los que están presentes acá van a estar muy agradecidos con el trabajo que van a realizar.
I am very confident, we are all very confident that our children and our grandchildren are going to be very proud with the work you're going to do here in Frederick.
Les agradezco por el espacio y muchas gracias por el tiempo y vamos a estar ahí siempre observándolos cada día. Eso va a ser nuestro trabajo como público y como personas, como ciudadanos que somos de acá, y vamos a estar viendo siempre, observándolos para que no se nos escapen por ahí.
Thank you very much for your commitment, and we, the public, will be observing, we'll be watching you to encourage you, but we will be basically holding you to your commitments, which we know you will meet.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much for your time.
Any further public comments? In that case, nope. Oh, Lord. State your name and where you're from.
My name is Hunter Diaz. I am from the city of Frederick. I do not live here currently. But I just I did not have a prepared statement, but as I walked into this room today, I remembered the first time and the only other time I had been in this room with my father, and that was when I sat right here with my Cub Scout pack during an alderman meeting, and my father was my Cub Scout leader. And it was part of a very fruitful childhood that I had of my father teaching me how to stand up for what is right, teaching me about the importance of local politics and the importance of holding elected officials accountable. And I would just like to say that I'm very glad that the people of District 2 saw that in my father just as much as I saw that my whole life. And I would like to say I'm very happy that the 7 members of the City Council all saw that in my father, to be a leader of the City Council and to hold all of you elected officials accountable. And I hope you all do the same for him. But that being said, on my second time in this room, I'm really glad that 100% of the times I've been in here, my father has been teaching me about the importance of standing up for what is right, standing up for the people of your neighborhood, and the importance of accountability. Thank you.
I guess it's a good thing I can't ground him anymore. Any other public comments? Meeting adjourned.